Hey, it's Todd Masson. Welcome back to the Marshman Masson channel. I'm getting the Avid all hooked up, waiting on the best crappie fisherman I know, Jeff Bruhl. He's gonna come along with me today. It's that time of year, and he's been doing a little bit different technique to catch these fish. And I wanna take him with me today, see if we can make it happen. You know, of course, the payoff with targeting crappie is that you get to eat crappie, and it's absolutely the best tasting fish that swims. So they're always fun and exciting to catch. Come along with us, let's see what we can do. All right, so Jeff and I are on site. We got a cypress-studded lake that we're fishing, absolutely beautiful. I've never fished this lake before. Jeff has. Gorgeous water. Water temp is 69 degrees. Now, Jeff on his last trip in here did really well on beetle spins, and that's what he's throwing right here. What color would you say that is? Kind of smoke?
Yeah, kind of a shad pattern.
I'm probably going to switch to that, especially if he starts catching fish on it. But I'm going to start with this Slab Hunter minnow, this bait that I love so much, just so we're not throwing the exact same thing. Water depth where we are is 5.5 feet, obviously shallower up toward these trees. We had a little front come through last night. We've had some really, really warm weather lately. In fact, yesterday was in the 80s, but it's supposed to stay in the 60s today.
Full moon this week.
Full moon this week? Well, that's good. They should be moving up. Definitely got a little bit of a breeze this morning out of the north. Some drier air. Hopefully that doesn't give him any lockjaw. Yep, got to find today's fish today. That's what makes it fun.
It's gorgeous,
man. It is. It is beautiful in here. You see all this moss hanging off all these cypress trees. Are these all cypress? Or are they?
I think there's some tupelo.
Some gums.
A lot of them cypress.
Oh, that might be a little bass. Yep. He smoked it. He didn't know I was targeting crappie. It's a finicky fish. Isn't that a bass? Sure is. Bass are biting this morning. All right, let me make a cast right in this cut.
They move somewhere.
Oh, there we go. That's a big bass. Come on, dude. I'm not gonna horse you with my 4-pound test. Just wear yourself out. I'm not gonna hoist you either. All right. Pretty swamp bass. Yeah. Yeah, I was a little worried about that. Of course, we're getting close to that full moon. Make it better later. And spent. Oh!
Hit it? Broke your line? Uh-oh.
Broke me off on the hook set.
Oh, big bass broke you off. Should have retied after the last.
Yep, I sure should have.
White perch?
I don't know. I saw it right here. I saw the flash of the fish.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. Yeah, we'll find them. If these fish were easy, it wouldn't be any fun.
Nope.
A little isolated tree like this, you think it'd be full of them. Yeah, you know there's fish looking at our baits. It's like the trout in the tank at the boat show.
Yeah.
Nope. No.
Brim?
I think it's a bass, huh?
No, I think it's a brim.
Well, look at that, a double. Oh, you got a big old brim, huh?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And a bass.
There you go. everybody.
Nothing, and we get a double.
You want this one?
Yeah, I'll take him.
Good eating here.
Yep. That's a big old boy.
Yep, red here.
Man, I know, yeah. It's cool. It's not bad when the wind's not blowing. I think it's chilly when that wind blows. I wasn't even gonna bring a jacket. I'm glad I did. Feels like a fall day. All right, Jeff and I are absolutely grinding. We've tried every technique possible. The crappie just are not biting. You know, as I mentioned, we had that front come through last night. The air's about 15 degrees cooler than it was yesterday. And absolutely, that's got them shut down. Now, we're both convinced at some point these fish are gonna feed. We just need to figure out how to present baits to them, what exactly they want. Sooner or later, we're gonna find something, but we're grinding right now for sure. Place looks like there should be fish everywhere.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Need something to change. Need that sun to pop out or something.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh!
No. What size pole you got? Ultralight?
Oh yeah, ultralight. Yep. I don't know. Who knows? He ran pretty fast. I think he was probably a bass. But I'd like to have seen him, I'll say that. He was sizable.
Uh-oh.
What you got, Jeff?
I don't know what I got. I got Mr. Bass.
Oh, the bass are biting.
Yep. There we go.
That's a pretty one.
Yeah.
There you go. Look how dark that fish is.
Yep.
He's black. Here, I'll get him. Look how pretty. Look at the color on that fish. Goodness. Yep.
There he was.
It was something.
The white perch. There he goes.
There we go, Jeff. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for.
You just jigging him, huh?
Yeah, just jigging. Come here, boy.
That's a stud. That's a stud.
Yeah, might be what we need to be doing, Ty.
Big old white.
Getting the poles out, and get them jigs around the top.
There we go.
That's
all
good.
Right.
Dump the crapper out of it.
It's a start.
He dumped it.
Come on, son, come out. Heat up this water. Oh, there we go. Nope, bass. Shoot! He smacked it. All right, so Jeff caught that fish flipping with a jigging pole into these laydowns. And so we're gonna see if that's kind of a pattern. We got a few in this little pocket here. Now he likes to do it with these little weedless jig heads. You can see there's a little deal of plastic sticking out here, kind of protecting that hook. So otherwise you will get hung every 2 minutes. Still get hung, but not as often.
I like fishing like this, even more than the rod and reel.
Do you?
Well, it's like fly fishing almost. You just kind of taking along, and it's a little bit better battle.
Yeah. Oh, oh, dude, I missed him. He freaking yanked the rod out of my hands.
You gotta pop them hard on these poles.
Yeah, well, he surprised me. There we go, Jeff. All right.
Love it. Don't get him too high up in the water.
Nice. Not as big as your last one, but
Nope.
we'll take him.
Oh yeah. He's right there. Just kind of let it. I don't bob it. I just kind of swim it.
Okay.
I like to throw it in there, and you can tell with your line sometimes that you're on a limb because it won't sink.
Okay.
It's coming to you. Then that's the case. Just kind of ease it up to that limb and pop it over. A lot of times that's when they'll bite it.
All right.
The old treetop method.
Oh man, hate missing that fish.
There we go.
You got another one?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Come on, Jeff.
We found it. Found it. I'm ready to catch him two of these poles.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
But any little hole you can find. It's funny how you can drop it right here and then move it over 6 inches and get a bite.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's just crazy.
Look at you.
There we go.
This. Goodness. I got to figure this out.
I was just glided along, you know. They seemed like they wanted a little bit swimming instead of an up and down presentation.
Oh, there you go. Okay. All right. I felt one.
You moved it sideways a little bit?
No, he smacked it.
Yeah.
Yanked my tail down. Come on, dude. Come back.
You nibble on there and see if they'll hit it. Yeah, the biggest sin is don't get any slack in your line. You always want to keep
Okay.
some,
So you can feel him hit.
you'll feel them hit a lot better. Little. He ate it, dude. Guys, are we doing the right thing? Like I said, it's more of a swimming.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Come on. That was a fish. He's on the other side of that ring. So, what you can do is...
Oh.
You didn't set hard enough.
I didn't set hard enough?
No, not near hard enough.
Shoot.
You had it?
Yeah, you had it.
Yeah, I mean, like this.
Okay.
A good pop. I mean, not a pull,
Okay.
but a pop. You know, just not to pop at, piss at it, and then pop it. Straight up or sideways, it don't matter, just pop it. It's hard
That's
learning
three.
new techniques.
It is. It's 3 legit bites. Like, no doubt about it. Like that? Like that?
A little bit more of a
More of a pop.
pop and then it's hold. That was more. You hit him hard. That's good. That's a keeper.
Yeah, I don't know. You think he's a keeper?
Do your fillet off of him.
All right, I'll keep him. It's the only one I caught. I'll keep him.
Not just, if you're throwing it and it's falling more than you pulling it,
Mm-hmm.
you're working it too slow.
If it's falling more than you're pulling it, okay.
Yeah, like say like if I throw out right here, and I know the wind's gonna get it, but let's say my line's falling, I'm not moving my pole enough. So you want it more like this.
Okay.
See how I'm kind of gliding it?
Okay.
Not too fast, but what you're trying to do is figure out, all right, they at 3 foot or 2 foot.
Okay.
You're trying to
Zero in on a depth.
zero in on that depth. Bump around. Sometimes that's what triggers the bite. Sometimes you hook 'em. There you go. That's
All right, that's another one.
come on out of the water with him. There's no problem with that.
All right, so I'm figuring out this bite at least.
You get the hang of it. Like anything else. You know, you didn't get on a bicycle and ride at your first
Yeah, you got to get experience with it. All right.
You kind of glide over there.
Let this dude go. Got him?
Little ones are showing up.
They shrinking.
Yeah.
So I'm sure many of you watching at home have fished this technique before. I've done it only once before. I did it with Jeff, and he absolutely made a fool out of me. And so it's not something I've done a lot on my own at all. I don't think I've done it at all on my own. But obviously it's super effective when these fish are in these brush tops. It definitely takes some getting used to.
And another thing, like you might have a big top like this, and it's one little section that's got
That the fish are in.
the bites.
Okay.
The bite will be there. So you can fish all around it, but you got to work it pretty thorough. And most of our fish should come from this one little area right here.
Right. Now, I mean, you said like obviously if you're fishing something like right here, you would just have to drop it straight down.
Yeah.
But when you're fishing something like we're fishing here, it's more of a swim, right?
Yeah, I like to swim it. Just kind of, you want it to fall a little deeper, but you don't want it to fall deep fast without any kind of tension. You just want to kind of let it go down to a certain depth and then just pull it along.
Okay. And of course, when you're doing this, you're going to bump a whole lot of limbs, and that's why he's got that little weed guard on there. Definitely seems to be making a difference. But because of that, you got to figure when a fish bites, you got to get through that. You got to flatten that to set the hook. So Jeff was saying you really got to pop them. Even though we're fishing light line, you got to hit them pretty hard. Like that. Oh, there he goes. Well, he's a throwback anyway. Yeah, it makes you wonder. Like, we didn't get a bite till we fished the top. I mean, from a sac-a-lait.
Yeah.
And so, did those fish just move off and they move on? And it's like, so everywhere we're fishing, were there just no sac-a-lait there, or were they just not biting? Like, our assumption was they were not biting.
Yeah.
But you come here and they're biting.
Yeah, that's what's so crazy.
I mean, you think all this stuff would have fish, right?
Yeah.
Crazy. And that's how you caught them the other day, isn't it? You know, on these shorelines.
Yeah.
Who knows? Keep you guessing. So Jeff, how long of a jigging pole do you recommend for this?
I don't like one longer than 10 because a lot of times when they're up in the trees, you'll hang up more when you stick the poles.
Okay.
Like say we're flipping here, if you get too long on one, your tip gets hung up.
Okay.
But usually about 10 foot, 9, you get away with a 9-foot one. But most times just 10 foot.
And what pound test do you like?
I usually use about 8.
8, okay.
8. Sometimes if I'm fishing, if I know I'm going to be fishing tops, I'll go to 10 pounds.
10 pound, really? Okay. Okay.
Sometimes they deep in there, and you got to fight to get them out.
Okay. It's 1-to-1 gear ratio.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff. I mean, I don't know if it was a good one, but it was a good hit.
You're right. But more of a pop.
Okay, yeah. Still doing too much of a bass hook set.
Yeah.
So Jeff, what is the key to this kind of jigging technique?
Well, obviously you got to have the top, and you're looking for good tops. This is a nice green one. Sometimes they'll hold a lot of shad. But basically you just got to go check them, hunt each tree. First thing I do is I try to go around the outside, fish the point, fish the inside, but I don't get too tight to it in case the fish are there. I don't want to spook them. I'll just flip around the outside. You want to bump a few limbs on the way down just to see if they're there. Usually if they're there, you'll get a tap pretty quick. Then after that, I go to the inside of them and just drop straight down in the middle of the limbs and try to get underneath the tree where the cover is, and sometimes they're in there, but they're just hard to get out of there if they wrap you up a lot when they go in that cover like that.
What do the bites typically feel like? Does it just stop, or you feel them hit it?
Most times you just feel a hard thump. I equate it to almost like sometimes like a spinnerbait. When they thump a spinnerbait, it's just a thump, a solid thump. And just pop your wrist and get the hook drove into their head and bite them in.
Now, when you do go inside and punch it, you are kind of vertical jigging, right?
Right. Now, you can't really swim it. You just got to go straight in, straight down. Tell you another key, you need to have a good loop knot on your line because that just lets the lure fall straight. If you tie straight to the eye, a lot of times it'll twist, swirl as it goes down, and it just hangs you up. It didn't go down about 2 foot, and he had it. You gotta have that little protector on the head. These are weedless heads. You can buy them just about anywhere. Just a 1/16 ounce with that weed guard, and that way, if you hit a limb, you gotta learn the difference between a limb bite and a fish bite, because you will set the hook on limbs when you first start doing this.
No, it's a sockeye. Yep. Yep.
Nice. Junior.
Junior. Yep, junior league.
Make that day right.
I'm gonna let him go. See you next time, buddy. Hopefully next year you're bigger. Where you get these jig heads?
You buy them online. I'm starting to get everything off like eBay. 'Cause
Okay.
you get so much quantity for the price.
Mm-hmm. Ho 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 ho. See if he's got a buddy.
Yeah, he probably does. That's a nice one.
Hey, I gotta try your little pop technique.
See how I popped it?
Yeah, I did. I noticed.
Yeah.
Yep.
And after that, you don't. You just kind of take your time with it. But that's. See how I hooked that one?
Right in the mouth?
Yeah.
I mean, right in the top?
Yeah. See, like in a white perch's mouth, you get him out here. You see how thin it is? That's
Yep.
why they call them paper mouths. Look how
Right.
thin that is. You can
Yeah.
see my thumb through there.
Yep.
See that? But if you get him in this bony part right here, you're not hardly ever going to lose them.
Right.
They'll stay buttoned up. But even if you get them in the lip, but when you set the hook hard straight up, you get them right in that bony part of the mouth.
You're not gonna lose them.
Not going to lose them.
All right, that technique is a blast, and obviously it's quite productive. It's certainly something I'm gonna be adding to my bag of tricks. I don't know if it's something you have to employ every trip, but definitely you're gonna have those slow days where you wanna go drop some baits in those brush tops, and the technique definitely saved the day for us. All right, hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to the Marshman Masson channel on YouTube. And until next time, if we don't see you in the marsh, we'll see you right here on Marshman Masson.